You want to take early childhood development?
Now, as far as I know, this is recording. And
Time to do it, though. I want to open my own daycare.
these are the...
government subsidized. So
These are the clams you're seeing, the two big.
Actually, I'm only taking a picture of my face here right now, Ken.
I see that thing.
See?
Huh?
See, I believe that has to be turned around that way.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think.
Oh, hell no.
No, that's the viewer.
Well, maybe it's not recording. What's going on? What am I doing wrong here?
Let him. Here's Reg, brother. Get the drive for you, tough. Must be electronic means for a car, right?
It's been a while since I've used this shit.
Yeah, it's recording.
Rules and regulations now.
There you go. It's
You can
recording.
be charged at any time.
Yeah, there's a blinking light at the top corner there.
Okay, so the blinking light's telling you that you're,
It's recording, yeah.
But see, the sun's shining on that piece so much that it's hard to tell as to what you can see, so it's giving a hard...
And you have
My
to follow
sister's that way in the city, and she said there's more hassles from people that got money and the whole works brings their kids.
There you go, Terry. Tell a whole bunch of them.
Well, you got to have a good program set up, and it's got to be
Now, these are the clams
government, but they want to see that you're
that are, one, not being told to us that are too small to go in.
learning
Too big.
time, educational
Or,
time,
yeah,
free time,
there you go.
Cut,
Too
start over.
big.
and
Cut.
and organization and all that kind of stuff. That's what they're looking
I mean, like,
for. My niece took it, and she didn't open up her own.
all the clams that we took off before,
And that's government.
anything
Right?
over,
And,
under an inch and a half, they went in.
the kids have to have a certain amount of play.
And some of the inch and three quarters went in.
Space to play in.
And yet here we are, we got a
Toys
big pile of clams, and
per
you
person,
get,
yeah.
you get an estimation of,
I think it's 5.
what, maybe 1 in 10 that might be big enough
I
to...
think it's 8 once you get the core.
It's that.
One in like 20.
One like
8 per
20.
person.
About 1 in 20 from what we've been gathering. So I mean, like, why is the Department of Fisheries putting an inch and a quarter on this stuff when it needs to be bigger?
Oh, there's a bird. Get right in the hole.
Yes. Oh, I like how they come up with this one.
I mean, like, this is ridiculous. I mean, like, this what happens when you had Department of Fisheries sit back and tell us, a bunch of bureaucrats sitting behind a desk and sitting back and tell us what we should or shouldn't be doing with the industry. And now I'm going to take a walk up this way, and you can see the holes that are actually here. I mean, once you start walking around and you look at what there is for holes here, I mean, take a look at that. I mean, like, what kind of farce is this that we're not allowed to take some of this stuff, the size that we're trying to dig up, and put into an area where there's no or very little clams? I mean, what possible excuse could Department of Fisheries use? I mean, look at that. I mean, there is a gold mine right there. If it was only just allowed to be taken to a spot where it could actually grow, because these clams will only grow at best a half an inch in the run of a year. But yet you could take them offshore and they would grow an inch in the run of a year. So what's the Department of Fisheries' problem? I really don't see it, other than the fact that they're trying to get rid of us because there's aquaculture that they can have great big grants to get all kinds of money for, and we're in their fucking way. Excuse me, but you might have to bleep that, but we're in their way. Now this is ridiculous. This is all the way across here. Right clean to Magic Rock, what they call over there, Magic Rock. And I mean, it's bloody well unreal why we're being treated the way we are. This is unreal. And why I wonder there's so many diggers that won't even help, because they see the crap that's happening and what's been done to us, to the point that they figure that they're wasting their time. But we're a little bit more stubborn than that, and we ain't going away. And this is just totally unreal why we would be not allowed to pick up a bunch of small clams that would be, if there's a few that's over inch and a quarter trying to do a transfer this way does not work. It does not work. Because you've wasted a bunch of effort. You're turning over 10 times the amount of flakes that need to be turned over. And it's the Department of Fisheries that's screwing with us to this point. These clams will not grow very fast up in here. They just don't do it. And as far as we're talking about, I mean, you can see what the buggies are doing up here. You want to really take a look at it. This is what happens after a couple of months of buggies here. And you've also got, now ain't that's not a very big area to be turned over for to take out probably 100 pounds of clams, because there's probably at least 100 pounds that come out of that little spot right there. Because I mean, like, this is just totally unreal. Look at the clams that are here, and they don't get the chance to grow. And what's offshore is at right to death from ribbon worms and the siltation of the tidal power project. I mean, how's a clam digger stand a chance? We're poor man being made to fall, and this just ain't right. Look at the holes here. Look at them. This whole basin used to be this way. And then just as soon as, I'm not that far from the high water mark, and you look and you can see, just as soon as we get down past here a little bit, they ain't a hole. There, that's the end of them right there. They're gone. There's nothing left. And this used to go right clean to clean to low water on the biggest tide you could get. So I don't know why would anybody try to hinder what we're trying to do. We're trying to save our industry, and we have so many roadblocks in front of us. But like I said, we a stubborn breed of men, and we will prevail one way or the other. But we need to have a bigger allowability of the stuff we turn over to go into these areas that we want to transplant our clams to. This is open area to open area. This isn't closed area to open area. This is open area to open area. And my name is Terry Wilkins, and I'm with the CHA2 CA, and I thank anybody that's helping us here right now. With open heart, thank you very much. It means a lot just for people to even just show up and try to help. We are trying to save our industry. This is why we're here. This is why Carpenters agreed to show up and help as much as what they can.
That's too big.
Oh yeah, I mean, like all this stuff is supposedly too big, and it'll all go in. And the stuff that's over, if you had netting that you could use to lay over top of it and put it into the spot, it would go in. So. But I mean, here's the process. What we're watching here right now is carp having to measure each and every one of these clams, and
Well, that can't be too big.
No, he had taken one or two of them and accidentally thrown them back in with those.
I mean, is there a hole that you guys? I'm curious as to
They're too big
what the measurement is on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
some we gave him for like comparison. The lengthwise they have to fit in these holes or between those nails.
I mean, I know what I'd be doing with it. If my name was on that, I can guarantee you what I'd be doing with it. Because they'd be in the boat, and when the boat was floating, they would be taken across and they would be transplanted the way they're supposed to be transplanted. This is what happens when you allow Department of Fisheries to dominate. And what would be the word for it?
Well, they say they got no science, so how they justify putting the science on us? What's the justification for this science? They're not hatching, really. You never buy them at a hatchie, they're all the same size, they work good, but this is not a hatchie. This is log clam.
Is it floating? You sure? I mean, it's hard for me to. You can't, yeah, but you can't see nothing, right?
Up there.
Over there.
You try recording. You look at that and try recording with it. And tell me what you see.
Yeah, it's clear.
I mean, like it's the sun, right? I mean, like,
Shut off or what?
oh, it's still on, right? But anyway, that's just part of it.